welcome to part 2 of my North Africa diorama build, and as you can see, I'm currently in the process of building the second Panzer III for said diorama. As you can see, I've done the back plate, I've added the photo edge, the suspension system is done. I glued the suspension arms in place so it will not be a movable suspension. I've got the return rollers in place. Sprockets and idlers are built. I've got 6 of the 12 road wheels built, so I got to go and build 12 more. I made the decision to have the Panzer III in there because I had all the aftermarket for it, so yeah, I went with this, and I have had no problems so far with this kit. The kit builds really well, so everything I said in the kit review still stands. It's a really nice kit. The fit is perfect. It's I think one of the better Dragon kits I've built of a Panzer III because the fit is immaculate so far. Even on the sprocket housings, I had no problem fitting those on. And oh, there's a small gap. There's a mini gap which I will be filling in a second here, but there's no major problems so far. Everything came together really well. I love the fact that you could have the escape hatches open. Yeah, as I said, so far, really nice build. Really coming along well. I started last night, so yeah, it's coming along really well. Let me move this out of the way, and let me show you guys some more progress I've made on the figures. As I said, guys, I made a ton of progress on the figures. I've now built 12 of them, and a little lizard and a little dog that will sit on the dio as well. The lizard will be walking up the walls of the house. Yeah, I've built the dragon figures here that came with the Panzer. Here. Those 4 guys. I've built the 2 Alpine resin figures. They were immaculate too, and I've built the entire figure set here for the Rommel figures. They all were nice. A little bit of filler necessary. I used the molten sprue here. This is to me extra thin with leftover sprues that I just cut into small pieces and made a gooey mess, as you can see. It's very gooey liquid, and I use that to fill holes. You can also use super glue if you have like smaller holes that you want to fill. You can use super glue, but on the big holes I prefer the molten sprue. You gotta be careful though not to have it run everywhere, because that would ruin your model. Other than that, I haven't made much progress other than adding a bit of stowage onto that Panzer III here that I already had painted, built. So I will disassemble the tracks here soon and take off the road wheels and idlers and sprockets and everything and the stowage and paint it. But I'm not sure whether or not I want to wait till I have the second Panzer III build. So I guess I'll pause this video, and as soon as I have made progress on the Panzer III, I'll talk to you guys. So be back in a bit. Okay guys, I have now reached the point where I thought it would be interesting for you to see what I'm doing, or actually just to talk to you guys about what I will have to do next. Well, as you know, I have this upgrade set here, this resin sandbag armor set, and this goes on the front plate here. The thing is though, as you can see, I haven't done anything tool-wise on the fenders or anything. I just put it on there. And I haven't put on the headlights here because I'm afraid I would break them off. So you always want to test fit when you have resin upgrade sets. You want to test fit whether or not they fit onto your model. And as you can see, this is a perfect fit right there. It sits on there perfectly. I only need to press it down. So you always want to make sure before you put all the small breaky stuff on that the big upgrade sets fit your kit. I've done the same with the turret, but luckily it's not that hard to do on the turret. Just take out the turret, take out the resin piece that goes on the turret, and just put it on there, and you can see that it's a perfect fit here. Flush fit on the front. You just want to make sure that once you put it on, all the other stuff that goes on the turret still has its room. So, because we have those two little hatches here on the turret that will go in later on, the air vent and the ammunition dump, let's call it that, where the crew throws out the ammunition out of the tank. You don't want to glue it down just yet. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to paint this off the model or not. I might paint it on the model, because I don't think it's that big of a problem to do, because it's a rather big structure here. So yeah, I will probably paint it on the model, but I won't glue it on until I have now fixed up all the little parts on the front plate and on the fenders. So I'll do this off camera, and once I've done it, I'll come back and I'll show you guys. And welcome back, guys, and as you can see, I've got two fully built Panzer IIIs now, waiting for paint, and yeah, I'm quite happy with the way they turned out. And I scratch built a storage rack on the one, and come up with some stowage for both of them, some jerry cans, some additional track links, and as I said, I've used the Panzer Art sandbag armor on this one, although I had to do a bit of modification, because the sandbag armor apparently is for a ALS J, but the ALS J I had was an initial production, which did not have the added on frontal armor plate, which then left a massive gap between the sandbags and the front and the glasses plate. So I just added a piece of add-on armor there. I couldn't care less if it's inaccurate or not. I just think before I wasted this thing where I had to scratch build some, I have no idea what, to cover up that gap, I decided, well, it's a field modification, or maybe it's just one of the later versions then. So yeah, as you can see, I've used the metal barrel that I had lying around here on this one. It needs a bit of cleanup, but it's a nice thing to have. Both kits come with some photo etch. On this one I have a RB models metal machine gun, so yeah. The tracks and everything else is already assembled, it's waiting for paint. So I will get out the air pressure now, and I will prime the tanks and all the other stuff with this beautiful thing, the Badger Stynel Res. You want to use it at roughly 20 psi, at least a 0.4 needle, 0.3.5 needle, and it's, in my opinion, the best primer out there on the market. And once that's done, I will probably paint them with the MIG Ammo Dark Gray, Dunkelgrau, RAL 7021 or MIG 008, and then put this on, the heavy chipping fluid from AK Interactive, and then add a layer of sand gray to finalize the, or no, wait, wrong, Gelb-Braun, that's the one, yeah, that's the Africa core base color. This will then be added on top, and then I can chip the thing with water and a toothpick. So yeah, that's the order of business now. Priming, let the primer set, and then base coat, chipping fluid, Africa base coat, because you have to remember that especially the early Africa vehicles, they were actually delivered in sand gray, no, in dark gray, German gray, Panzer gray, and once they were in Africa, they were field modified, and they just sprayed their Africa yellow over that, and the Africa yellow was such a bad paint that it started chipping like crazy, and I don't want to use the
Umbral Maskell or Revel mask fluid, I'll try the AK heavy chipping here. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So once those things are primed, I guess I'll come back and talk to you about the priming process, although I don't think I need to do this. So once I've got the base coat down and we put on the chipping fluid, I might be back. So see you guys in a bit. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, base paint is applied, the decals are on, and details are painted, and I just put on a pin wash of burnt umber oil paint to create some rust and dirt that has accumulated all the around all the raised surf detail and all the gaps and all the nooks and crannies. And so the things are ready for a yeah, I will have to let them dry overnight, and then I will start the chipping process. And I just see on camera that I didn't do a really good job on putting on the dark yellow paint over here. So this will be a very heavily chipped area for whatever reason. Maybe I'll put a dig in there where like a round penetrated. So yeah, might have to do this in order for that to be realistic. Just saw that. Didn't see that before, which is quite the shame, to be honest. But looking through the camera here, I can see a lot of imperfections that I didn't see when I looked at the thing like through my own two eyes, which is kind of I don't know, alarming that the camera is better than my eyes. Just a little bit of thinner here. Yeah, gone. Anyways, both of them are now at the same stage. Both have had the oil wash added, as you can see, and the stowage painted. And I have used this wonderful Ultimate Modeling Dark Dirt to add shadows to the sandbags. I gloss coated the entire model, including the sandbags, and then I put the dark dirt on, and then I took the dark dirt off the top surfaces, which left a very nice, yeah, dirty impression on them. The thing I will do, though, once I get it, because I just realized I don't have UMP sand. Once I have UMP sand, I will add a layer of UMP sand to those as well. Because let's face it, there's some sandbags. We're in the desert, so there will be a lot of dust and sand in the air that collects, especially around those sand-filled sandbags. So that's what I want to do. And once the washes are dry, those will probably be matte coated, or I'll probably leave them gloss coated and start the chipping process next. So once the washes are dry, we will come back and I'll show you guys how I chip those vehicles more in depth. Well, for rather obvious reasons, guy, I have to interrupt the planned schedule and have to enter something into the video I wanted to do on the next episode. But yeah, well, happy as I am, I received these two today. This one I talked to you guys about before. That's the North Africa house. From Reality and Scale. That was from the Zockel shop in Germany. Really happy. 1-day delivery. Thumbs up. Awesome, guys. We'll be ordering more from you guys in the future. And while I was planning the dio, and I was thinking of what I wanted to depict, and keeping in mind that I had those figures that were drinking and refilling their water bottles, I was like,
how can I get them on the Dio? And I was like, yeah, put them under a palm tree. I was like, ugh, that might just be way too boring for me. And if you guys remember this, I had this dune marked right here where I wanted to put them. I'm like, yeah, really gonna do this or not? No, I'm not. I have made a decision not to put them under a palm tree. I will have them sit around this. This is a North African well, and so they will be refilling their water, drinking, taking the water out of the well. I have no idea how they look inside. As you can see, they're still sealed, and I will be filming a review once I'm done with this, and this will go up as a separate video. I just wanted to tell you guys that I've done some replanning on the Dio. There will be now 2 buildings, the house and the well, and yeah, nothing has changed on the vehicles. They're still in the stages I showed you guys before. The chipping has not yet taken place, and as I said, I will show you guys the chipping. I just think we will do this in installment number 3. So this is for installment number 2. I see you guys around. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, the Saw Modeling, the force is with you guys. Remember that. See you next time. Bye.